Actually, I am recording. It shows in the upper right-hand corner of my screen.
Si, mon capitaine.
Okay.
Wait, I mean, oui, mon capitaine.
I'm gonna let Andy in. Justin, are you? I didn't get a. You are recording, right? I think I heard you say.
No, I am not. I'm not even on my computer yet.
Oh well. Okay. Well.
This presents a problem.
Yes, this does. We are going to start here in shortly, so I don't know if you want us to link you in here after the fact, but for all of us that are recording,
well, here's what I can do. It's not going to do any good because all right, hang on a second. I'll start my recording in a minute, and I'll turn on my Bluetooth until I'm actually set up on my computer, and then at least my recording will be lined up
in sync. Yeah, that works. Works for me.
Everly, come here and lay down.
Hello, Andy and Car Steve.
Hello, Andy.
Hello.
Is that racist?
Only slightly. I don't care.
You can go. Hello, Lucas, in your most American accent.
It can't really be racist when you're both the same race.
Is that culturalist? Wait, that's racist.
Yeah, we'll roll with it.
We don't know Andy's heritage. We're just assuming, but we don't know. He could be like 1/18th Creole or something. Gotta give him that.
I don't think that percentage works with genetics.
Oh well, I don't think that
it does.
Oh,
all right. We are going to
racially inclusive hula hoops.
Sync up. Justin, are you ready for that?
Nope, not yet. Give me a minute.
Well, I'll just sync up with you. We'll just get synced up with you on the break then, and then because since you're not, going to be on the front part anyways, and Steve's on a timetable. So we are going to sync up me and Lucas in 3, 2, 1.
Eugene is my best friend because he's always on time.
Tell me.
I can't help it. I had to snap.
Tell me your time, Lucas.
7:22. Didn't really have to specify my name since I was the only one who did it.
Well, technically, Steve clapped too, so
Yeah, but Steve's just a rabble-rouser.
I mean, he's not wrong.
All right. Well, we are ready to rock, I think. I guess, Justin, we'll just loop you in after the break since, you're not at the recording thing or not recording at this moment. So, yeah.
Whatever you want.
So, let's get started after we sync up the audio so then I make sure that, make sure that it's not too loud. How does this sound with Steve?
Kind of like you're under
very low.
For $5 a month, we can give you something better than the Lost Woods. We've got what we call the Hidden Feed. That gets you our all-access pass to everything we do behind the scenes and otherwise. Head over to patreon.com.
Wait, that was a jump in quality. That was like going from like 120 to like 1080p.
I forgot my original audio wasn't on. Justin, you want to sync up since you're recording, or if you're at your camera or at your microphone?
Yeah.
In 3, 2, 1. What you at? I guess like 10 seconds?
30 seconds.
Okay.
And cool. Zoom is starting up, but of course, as usual, it's being a bitch, so give it a minute.
Well, then I'll wait to intro you until like last, I guess. Close to last, and then that should work.
Show starts. Justin, how you doing today?
All right, let's do it.
Who just turned into a dolphin?
Your mom.
Here we go.
For $5 a month, we can give you something better than the Lost Woods. We've got what we call the Hidden Feed. That gets you our all-access pass to everything we do behind the scenes and otherwise. Head over to patreon.com/Infendo Radio and pledge your $5 today.
If Mario and Luigi were to do a podcast, it might sound something like this. Infendo Radio is on now.
Hello. Welcome to the debate. Not that debate. The debate between four friends that love Nintendo things. How are you doing tonight, Steve? It looks like you're in a new location this evening.
Yeah, I'm coming to you live on location from an install that I'm doing at work. This is my dinner break because I started working at 6 o'clock this morning.
Wow.
So this is a new one. I'm doing a podcast in a car using an iPad. I love technology.
It checks out. No, that checks out. Yeah.
Yep.
We'll
you're
allow
on
it.
my dashboard.
We will allow it. Thank you for joining us. We are happy you are here. Also happy that we have them. Lucas, how are you doing this evening?
Well, in an effort not to be upstaged by any of my co-hosts ever at any point in the history of time, I'm actually doing a recording from what looks to be the same closet I always record, but is actually a mirror dimension populated entirely by evil clones who all have goatees and mohawks. So, it's iffy, Eugene, but I'm going to try to get through it and record a whole show with you tonight.
Okay,
Is
all
that
right.
what happens when you walk through the
God,
nether
there's
portal?
one of them now!
I'm glad that you are here, and I'm glad that you have mohawk phobia because Justin is here with us. How are you doing this evening?
I am doing well. I'm just waiting for my computer to do what it's supposed to. So,
Yeah, well, that's how it goes when you're yeah, I've got no jokes. I've got no jokes here tonight.
That's why I have a job.
That's how it goes in the evil clone dimension.
Thank you, Lucas, for saving my poor jokesmanship. But we are not poor because we have some very, very awesome patrons. We want to thank the very fine producers this month that brought this show to you this evening. So we are going to start from the bottom because that's what we do. Here's minus 64. He's the one on the very bottom of my list. In no particular order. We love them all the same.
That is not a judgment call on you, Minus. Just because you're at the bottom.
We love you all the same. You're just reading from the bottom. But we have Slacker Monkey right after that. Next on the list we have DJ, and then after that is the Briannosaurus. I do want to point out that we do have executive producers, and our executive producers are, excuse me as I clear my throat, DJ currently and the Briannosaurus. So thank you two for being our executive producers for the month.
Fun fact, the Briannosaurus is actually my second favorite dinosaur right after the crashed Cheezosaurus. So.
I mean, fair. My first is Barney's, but not Barney, but the Barney's girl partner. I forgot what her name is, but
Baby Bob. I was
thank
a Barney
you.
kid. Yeah, it's all right. I was a Barney kid. I can tell you about anything you want. I can tell you about Barney. I can tell you about Baby Bop. I got.
Oh no! Here we go with the lore. Uh-oh.
Well, you
Lucas,
see,
can you tell us about the timeline?
I could, but you're on a 30-minute timeline, and we've got a show to do.
Good point. We are going to take a little break here. We're going to collect ourselves. We'll be back on the other side with the news and change the system. Stay tuned. Yeah, well, if I would have found a link with a password, it wouldn't have required a waiting room, but I set up the meeting room wrong, so yeah. Anyways, let us pray that we have still some people watching us on Twitch and YouTube. Amen.
Now you're supposed to smack yourself in the face with a wooden plank.
Well, that's just mean.
All right, let's get rolling with the next Monster Hunter track. Oh, crap. I closed that.
Yeah,
window.
it is. Who chose that?
I did. I spoke first.
He's true.
I win.
See, you figured out a loophole.
Yeah.
The loophole of coming prepared. Something an Infendo host has never done before.
It's a miracle that somebody thought of that. Okay, I'm just trying to find Steve.
Why is this still there? There we go. All right, it still said connecting. All right, I'm going to join the audio now.
Steve with this track saying this.
Do you want a really easy way to get a hold of us? All you've got to do is go to infendo.com.
Too loud?
And you can see everything we're up to and get links to everywhere to find us.
Except for I'm talking.
I told you it's going to be you all night. We are back. All right, let's do it. Starting right meow.
Do you want a really easy way to get a hold of us? All you've got to do is go to infendo.com and you can see everything we're up to and get links to everywhere to find us.
We are back. We are here to talk video games. Nintendo did it again, but then they made up for it by making a direct on Wednesday this week. But we missed last week's news, actually, so I'm going to let Steve take it away from here because, I mean, come on. Like, did you really think Steve was not going to be here to talk about this?
Yeah, and that's exactly why. This news came out last week. I'm scheduled to work tonight. I'm like, I need to find a way to be on the show because Steve is announced for Minecraft.
Now, hold on a second, Steve. You're going to be in Minecraft? Explain how that's possible.
So this is what's cool about it, and Lucas and I have talked about this in the past, but we've always said it would be cool if Steve came to Minecraft. If Lucas wins me, it can say Lucas wins. So I'm excited for that.
Lucas and Steve.
So they announced the new Smash Brothers character last week on Thursday morning, and I was floored when I woke up. I actually asked somebody to send me the real trailer because I didn't believe that
it was us.
Actually coming to Minecraft.
It was us in the Infendo Discord. You're like, okay, does anybody have the actual trailer?
Yeah, because all I can find is this one for Steve in Minecraft, and this can't be real. It's too good to be true.
So I'll just go ahead and say I'm happy because you're happy. I don't really.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't really like this. I'm not very excited for it. I think there are better choices.
Right.
But you wanted
here's
it.
what you get to be excited about. Yeah, and here's what you get to be excited about. I have a reason to play Smash Brothers now. When was the last time you actually got me to play?
All it took was the 84th character to be added.
77. There's 77 characters.
Well, lucky number.
Not only are we getting Steve, so you know how they do the 8 skins. We get Steve, Alex, which is the female Steve, Creeper, and is it Creeper? No, Zombie and Enderman are the 4 main skins. And then there's a couple of alternate skins for Steve that have different costumes.
I have a feeling they're also going to release amiibo or me costumes for like DLC or whatever based on Minecraft. They have to.
Actually, I thought I saw that somewhere that they may have announced that. There's a Minecraft diamond armor one, and then it's either a creeper or a pig. I can't remember what the other one was. But I think there were actually 2, amiibo fighter you did it to me.
See?
2 Mii fighter costumes.
Well, love it or hate it, the news completely broke the internet. So
it did.
It broke Twitter.
Literally, like I could not get onto Twitter to make a comment about it. It was freaking me out.
the last time I remember that happening was when Cloud broke the eShop.
So let's see if your theory from like 3 or 4 weeks ago about Breath of the Wild being in Hyrule Warriors holds true about Smash Brothers, because Minecraft is like the most popular game in the entire planet. So like,
Yeah.
if that is the case, then you know maybe there's going to be a increase in Smash sales month over month. We'll see. You know.
Yeah. So, and there was actually more Minecraft news that came after that too. Minecraft Live 2020 happened.
Wait, we
on
told you
Saturday.
you were only allowed one Minecraft news, Steve.
Oh, we're going through this real quick. It's easy because there's some really cool stuff in there. So the last major update we got for Minecraft was the Nether update, which we haven't even played yet, incidentally. The next major update, which is due in 2021, is Caves and Cliffs. There's going to be new biomes inside the caves that you can go into. There's going to be lush caves and dripstone caves. There is also going to be some new blocks, crystals, telescopes, bundles, skulk sensor blocks. There's going to be a new hostile mob called the Warden. And this also includes the mountain update that people voted on last year. So we're getting a mountain goat as a new non-hostile mob. And then they're also adding copper, which deteriorates over time. So when you put it down originally, it's copper, but then it eventually goes green with oxidation.
And the thing I wanted the most out of the 3 choices this year, there was a cow with flowers, which was awesome, and I wanted that.
Not what I voted for, by the way.
There was an icy mountain man who attacked you from a mountain, which was awesome.
Also
and
not what I voted for.
There was a stupid glowing jellyfish in the water, and guess which one won the vote?
The one that I voted for.
Because there's people like you out there who make stupid decisions and vote for stupid things, and then horrible things happen for 4, maybe 8 years at a time.
Lucas, I need you to understand something. The Phantom was the last mob vote.
Yeah.
And now we get a glowing squid. They're gonna do something cool with it.
I know I'm gonna regret asking this question, but
shit, he's gonna get me going.
What is a hostile mob and a non-hostile mob?
Mob is just nerdy Minecraft talk for like a creature that exists in the world, right?
Right.
Like a cow or a pig or whatever. It's because Minecraft gamers are like, 13-year-old children who have to feel technologically superior to the rest of them. They can't say characters.
I'm sitting right here.
Mobs. I mean, I've burned like 300 hours in Minecraft with you, so I'm as guilty as anyone here. If anything, this is self-hate. But
So hostile attack you and passive don't.
Exactly. Enemy.
Okay.
And then there's more.
Minecraft
Dungeons is getting a major update in November, which includes crossplay.
Oh, cool. That's actually really cool.
In December, we're getting a second season pass and the first expansion, which is going to be called Howling Peaks, which comes with a new boss called the Tempest Golem. And there's also going to be another difficulty add-on to it for those people that have already mastered Apocalypse, which is called Apocalypse Plus. And there also is going to be a new piece of armor you can equip called the Cloak, which is going to have wind resistance, because evidently wind is going to have something to do with this update. They announced the next book in the Minecraft series, some education stuff, and then there was the vote, mob vote result, and that was actually it. That is all the Minecraft news I have. And that is why I'm recording in my car, is because I couldn't not come talk Minecraft for 30 minutes.
Well, thank you for
joining us.
Yes. That was a lot of...
stick around.
No, that was a lot of Minecraft, but honestly, thank you for that, because as much as I dig on Minecraft, it's a huge game, right? Everybody loves Minecraft except for Eugene, so I'm sure that people are just dying for this update for
Eugene,
Minecraft, Steve.
You're not the first co-host on our show to hate an insanely popular game that the rest of the world absolutely loves and say that it's hot garbage. So
you're actually the second.
It's all good,
But
because we all know how Justin feels about Kirby's Canvas Curse.
Right.
I may be the first one to do so without actually playing said game. So,
Well,
all right.
that would be me.
You're not a real internet gamer if you don't hate a game that you've never played.
Sure.
True.
Sure. Well, let's get out of the weeds on this one because I think we have more news to get to because today, in fact, Nintendo dropped a Direct, but I don't think they called it a Direct. I think they called it like a Treehouse. I don't understand their branding. There was a video that came out on YouTube, and it was cool. I was duped, however, because I'm dumb, and I thought that it was going to be Pikmin footage and Breath of the Wild 2 footage. But little did I know that it was Pikmin footage and Breath of the Wild... What is the game? Yeah,
Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity.
Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity.
Okay, thank you.
Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity.
Thank you. So little did I know was it Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Footage.
Oh wait! We're getting something from one of our producers in the chat. Andy says Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity.
Thank you, Andy. So little did I know that it was going to be that, and then I stuck around for that, and then they were like, "Okay, guys, see you later," and I was like, "Wait, but where's Breath of the Wild?" And then I was sad. But anyways, the Pikmin stuff looked cool. I've never played Pikmin 3, so I know, Lucas, you want to talk about the Pikmin stuff, so why don't you talk about it?
Yeah, boy! So, I like Pikmin. Pikmin is a fun series, and even though, I didn't love Pikmin 3, I thought it was a little short, it felt a little underwhelming, maybe because it had been like 10 years in development, right? So by the time it came out, it was the Duke Nukem effect, I don't know. But I really like the Pikmin games. So getting Pikmin on Switch, even if it's a remake of Pikmin 3, is just phenomenal for me. One of the things that they announced that I'm really excited for is there's going to be a side story that you can play where you get to actually play as Olimar, who's the main character from the first two games, right? So in Pikmin 3, normally you're recovering journal logs from this Captain Olimar, and you're trying to figure out what happened to him. Did he die? Did he crash? That kind of thing. And that's like a subplot in the story. This is going to be kind of like a prequel thing where you actually get to play as him for a little bit. So I'm hyped for that. They did a little multiplayer stuff too. I'm pretty sure they're bringing back the bingo mode from Pikmin 2, if I remember right. I never really have like a multiplayer experience with that game. So unless it's online, I probably won't again, just because I live a solitary existence. So that's not really that exciting for me. But the idea of getting a little extra story content is... because, again, like I said, Pikmin 3 just felt a little short, so I'm excited. I don't have much else to say.
Yeah, well, and I'm also excited that it seems like they're doing the service of, like, giving the options of the different control schemes, like, that's really cool. Because, like, it would have been sucky if they, like, only limited you to, like, one or the other type of thing, so, yeah. And I've never played the game, so again, like I own it. It's in shrink wrap still. I probably am not going to open the Wii U version at this point. It's probably a collector's item or something at this point. But like I'm going to play it on the Switch at this point. Probably just go digital, so then I can just have it and not have the excuse of having to like, Okay. Side note, tangent. When I first started my Switch journey, I went completely physical, and little by little,
we're about to have the same experience. Okay.
Little by little, I've kind of grown more and more and more digital, mainly because of Nintendo's ability to allow me to, transfer my account to the other Switch that I have in the household and play games there. So that was a big hindrance at first. But now that I can do that, it's like, man, I just don't want to, like, even futz with getting the little cartridge as easy as it is, right? It's like just a little thing to swap it out, but, like, I don't want to do it.
And if you're like me, who, at least until recently, played on the TV most of the time, switching those cards is a pain in the ass. So,
sure.
I used to have, actually, a few games that I had physically. I have since traded in the physical game and bought the digital ones, when they go on sale. Right. Like, I want to have Breath of the Wild on my system all the time. I want to have Mario Odyssey on it all the time. Pretty much the only ones I haven't quote unquote upgraded are the ones that either are not available digitally, like Labo and Ring Fit. Let's see. What's the one Nintendo game? Oh, Pokken Tournament, because it never goes on sale.
Oh, sure. Yeah, it's just so
Link's
much
Awakening
easier.
I still have physically because A, I wanted the book that came with it, and B, I knew it was a game that I wouldn't be returning to frequently, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just so much easier though, right? Like you don't have to futz with the cartridge, or like the thing with me is oftentimes I start turning on my Switch and I just don't know going in what I want to play, right? So if I have the ability to scroll through my library and just like pick whatever on a whim, like that's just great. Like that's, it's common knowledge at this point. This is why a lot of people like the Switch from the get-go, right? Like that's what was so appealing about the console. But yeah, I'm definitely trending in that direction lately. So yeah. Anyways, I think that's pretty much all the news that we had to cover. I mean, they did talk about a little bit Age of Calamity at the end of the trailer. Like
I'll
we
be
said,
honest, I have not seen any videos that Nintendo dropped this week. I tried watching the Sakurai showing off, the Minecraft characters, but my streaming was screwed up, and then I didn't even get around to the treehouse. So this is all news to me. I mean,
Sure.
I saw the reveal of Steve, but I didn't see like how he plays.
Right. Yeah, no doubt. So yeah, he's and like I was saying,
revealed himself to me.
like I was saying pre-show, he just looks like another character, honestly. I couldn't tell you how he plays without actually getting my hands on him. It does look like he has a lot of cool, unique building functions, obviously, right? Because he's Minecraft Steve. But again, like I want to get my hands on him, and then I'll tell you how I feel about him, type of thing. But yeah, I'm excited about Minecraft Steve. I am especially excited about Pikmin. I'm kind of lukewarm about Age of Calamity, but I'll probably get it anyways just to experience the story.
I think that's probably the thing I'm most excited about, honestly. In fact, I'm probably going to pre-purchase it within the next couple of weeks.
It looked gorgeous, though. I'll tell you that. Like, it looks amazing. I can't believe that it basically looks like Breath of the Wild, right? Like they must have shared the assets with Namco or whatever, it looks gorgeous. So
yeah. I've said it before. I want to be excited for this game. I just want to know what I'm getting into before I start. I don't want to jump on the hype train, get really hyped, and then find out that there's like 6 playable characters.
But if you don't pre-order it, you don't get the ladle and pot lid.
That's all right. I'm sure I can buy it for like 99 cents afterward.
Right.
Hey, don't make the same mistake I did with Mortal Kombat 11, and I have to pay an extra $6 for Shao Kahn now.
Yeah, but now you can get Shao Kahn and everybody else for like $30, whatever, so it's like, yeah. But anyways, okay, so let's talk about the games we've been playing, because I think that's about all it for news, unless, Justin, you had anything that you wanted to throw in there.
No, I think I'm good. Yeah, no, I'm good.
Okay, well, fair. Well, then I think let's talk about games. Lucas, what have you been playing this last week and you would like to talk about?
Oh my god, it would be a disservice to every man I've ever hunted with if I didn't tell you about how Steve and I have been playing Monster Hunter again.
Please!
My good God, man, it was a hunt to be remembered. So we have gotten back into this game in a big way. We were up until like 6 a.m. 6 a.m. on Friday and Saturday night playing this game, right? Like, we got no sleep this weekend, kind of like Justin's mom.
Jeez.
So we've been doing the hardest of the hard, it seems, once you clear the game and you've got nothing left to do.
Stop.
Is the deviant monsters, which are like variations on the regular monsters that you fight, right? And they introduced some new ones in this version of the game, which are even harder than the ones in the old version of the game. So we've decided we'd finally tackle that, because that was one of the things we never really did before. I was going to say touch, but this feels like a hostile work environment. So we did Mizutsune. That was one of the big token monsters this generation. Oh my god, dude! So like without sounding too much like Steve and over explaining the whole process here, Steve plays as a palico, right? The little cat things, and I do like a regular hunter. I've been using an aerial greatsword, which basically just involves me jumping in the air and slashing down and jumping and slashing over and over until it stops moving in like 30 minutes. We get into this fight, and one of Steve's advantages as a cat is he can rest in a bed and basically become immortal. He gets 3 lives before we actually lose like a team life, right? But in this environment, there's no bed to sleep in, so he's like super weak. So like I'm healing him, he's healing me. We're like, back off, back off, back off. No, charge in. She's stunned. We go through this thing for like 5 hours, right? Between multiple days. Finally, we take it down. Oh my god, it was like, you know when you have a splinter or a hangnail and you're picking at it and you're picking at it and you're picking at it and it will not come out, and then you finally get it and it's like, yes! It was like, oh, it was so amazing.
So now I want to hear that Steve was disappointed because he didn't get the ultra rare drop that he was expecting.
No, he was actually very happy.
Okay, good.
I'm pleased to report. But no, it was a very good time. So we're fully back into the Monster Hunter thing. The only reason we're even back into it is because Rise is coming out in 6 months, right? And we're like so excited for that game, like beyond excited for that game. I think those of you who've been listening to the show for a long time will remember I felt like really personally just like disappointed when I found out that the latest Monster Hunter game, World, wasn't on Switch, and I threw a tantrum and I swore off the game, and I was like, I'm never going to play this series again if it doesn't come back, kind of thing. Come to find out, they've been developing this game in tandem with World. They both started development right at the end of the game that we're currently playing. So this game's been in development for a long time, and I am very excited to see how it plays. So it just,
for what it's worth, it looks like a cool ass Monster Hunter Monster Hunter game. It looks like it's gone back. I played a little bit Worlds, right? So like I know a little bit about how it plays, sort of, but like it looks like it's
cross between like the mainstream appeal of World and the more like die-hard like.
That's what it seems, right?
Yeah, I'm very excited for it. And again, they were in development at the same time, so they borrowed a lot from World, they borrowed a lot from this game. I have the most visually impressive Monster Hunter game I've ever played. Maybe this one, if you count like the colors and stuff, but probably the one on the Wii, right? That got ported to the Wii.
Oh yeah, Tri, I think, right?
Tri, yeah, and Tri Ultimate, because 4 was a 3DS game. Generations was a 3DS game, and Generations Ultimate is a 3DS port on the Switch. So I've never played a pretty Monster Hunter before, and seeing the video and seeing what a difference it makes, having like a built for a console kind of Monster Hunter game, like I'm getting chills as I'm talking to you about it. I'm so excited for this game.
Sure.
So that was a long way of saying I played Monster Hunter over the weekend.
And honestly, I mean, this is going to bring back an old freaking Infendo meme of Phantom Hourglass being prettier than Monster Hunter. But honestly, this is one of the reasons why it's kind of got me excited about it, because it is a newer looking, feeling Monster Hunter experience for whatever that's worth, So it's going to be cool. I hope, anyways.
Y'all are making me want to get Monster Hunter Generations again, just so I can actually.
It's so cheap, dude. It's so cheap.
Right now, I know it's dropped down to $16 a few times, and I've considered it, but nobody else was playing it. And let's face it, I don't play games much either. So
what I'll tell you, and what I'm going to tell every one of you that's listening right now, is we've been petitioning people across the board to try to get some more people to play Monster Hunter with us, right? Steve and I are playing the endgame stuff. We have talked to Slacker Monkey, who said he would be down to play Monster Hunter with us every now and then. One of Steve's friends and listener of the show, Brennan, he just got the game and is going to be starting from scratch. So we're going to be introducing him to the game. I've reached out to Phantom, who, disappears from the void, never to be heard from again. Last time I talked to him was like 4 or 5 months ago, but I said, "Hey, come hunt with us."
Are you trying to say that Phantom ghosted us?
That's exactly what I'm trying to say. Yes, but no, I have had kind of a personal relationship with Phantom, so I figure maybe I can coax him back out and play with him too. But basically, if you want to play Monster Hunter, come play because we're down. So that's the thing.
It is not currently on sale, unfortunately. It's still full price at $40, but
what really sucks?
About $16 or $17.
Yeah.
Occasionally.
I think it was on sale like a week ago because I remember seeing it on the sale page.
Yeah, I would give it a week and it'll be back. Seriously.
Well, maybe I'll dive in.
Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, I know I have other things to talk about. I know I probably have about 30 seconds to talk about them. So, would you
just
like
one
me
more
to...
quick question about Monster Hunter, and then you can
Always.
have more. Is there cross-platform play if you have the 3DS version?
Yeah, if you have Generations, not like 4, but if you have Generations, you can transfer your data to Generations Ultimate. So.
No, I mean, like, if you guys are playing on the Switch and I have the same game on the 3DS, can you...
I want to say no, but maybe ask Steve. I want to say no, though.
But ask Slippy.
He's going to listen to this show and be like, 3 times they've screwed me over.
Honestly, I don't have a whole lot to talk about
Phantom
games-wise, and Steve isn't here, so if you have more games to talk about, why don't you hit us?
All right, well, I don't have that much to say. I've been playing Mario 35, and I love it. Like, it is...
Yes.
So like, I thought Tetris 100 was a cool idea, but the thing I didn't like about Tetris 100 is I'm not good at Tetris. Tetris 99, whatever. But the thing I don't like about Tetris is I'm not good at Tetris. I'm good at Super Mario Bros.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, playing that game, if I'm not in the top 5, I'm doing something wrong, right? I've had, like, 5 wins so far, which feels amazing every time you get it. It's gotten harder since it first came out. Now when you want to win, I figured out the strategy, okay? So if you want to succeed at this game, ladies and gentlemen, here's what you have to do. In the beginning, go for coins. All the coins you can get. Stockpile coins. You want to have at least 200 coins by the end game. Because you can use those coins to get power-ups on the spot when you start running out and you need to get through a tricky situation. Once you get down... Okay.
I'm sorry. I just want to ask: can you bank those coins, like, or
not from round to round, but through the game? Yes.
Okay, so if you have 100 coins, that's 5 items you can get.
Yeah.
Okay. See, I thought once it reached 20, you can use an item, and then that's it. You got
you can bank those coins all day long. So do that because you're going to need them in the end game. When the timer starts getting faster and the music starts speeding up, that's when you want to keep hitting enemies because you can get your timer up to 400 and keep it there. And what I found is in every match, there's always one pro gamer from Japan who's really, really good at outlasting you. So the only way to win is to have all that money saved up and then just focus on, don't fireball enemies because you only get like a second for that. Stomp on them and chain attacks and do whatever you can.
You get more seconds that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like if
you can kick a Koopa shell and run along with it, you'll just rack up seconds.
Yeah, and you need to do that because the timer is going to be ticking down faster and faster and faster at the end, and it comes down to like seconds, but.
21 is a good level for doing that because there are long stretches where you can just kick a Koopa shell and rack up like 100 seconds.
So fun fact, for the last 2 or 3 months, I've been studying Japanese, and as part of my self-immersion that I do, I have my Switch set to the Japanese menu and everything. So Nintendo-made games are in Japanese. So I have no idea what any of the menu options are in Mario 35 because they're all in Japanese. And most of it is hiragana. But still, fun game. I love it a lot.
I haven't played it yet. I need to download it for sure because
I highly recommend it.
Especially since it's limited time, which is Nintendo. Come on, what are you doing? Yeah. Like, let's go. Anyways.
Yeah, but no, it's a really fun game. Only other game I've really been playing other than Monster Hunter and that is Pokemon Go, right? I caught a shiny Ralts. Those of you who listen to Hyper Voice, which will come back someday, I promise. I have my computer working again. I caught a shiny Ralts, one of my favorite Pokemon, so I'm excited for that. I'm playing a lot less than I was, though, now that they've changed the things, which is disappointing. Now that I can't sit at my house, Eugene too, huh? Now that I can't sit at my house and just pop an incense and catch Pokemon all day while I'm working, I find myself doing other things on my phone while I'm sitting in my room on my computer working for 8 hours a day, right? I really only go, there's this one spot near my house, a little park that has like 3 Pokestops and like a little circle. Mm-hmm. So I can go there and sit in the parking lot and just spin Pokestops, throw down like a lure or whatever to catch more. And around my house, if I go for a walk, I can usually get a few and stuff, but it's not as fun as it was like a week ago, and that's disappointing because I really like this game now. I don't think I'm gonna fall off of it anytime soon.
It's still good at catching shinies, right? It's still good for that.
Well, yeah, and since Ralts have been so plentiful, my new thing is I'm building an army of like level 3,000 Gardevoirs to like take on any opponent. So that's my new hobby. But yeah, no, it's disappointing that it's not as fun as it was like last week because it was a blast.
So the changes I have to ask about, because I haven't been out personally on it. The spinning, the Pokestop range, have they reduced that back to what it was?
As far as I can tell, they haven't, which is good. Because,
actually, and I noticed something recently, like, because most of my Pokestop spinning I do while driving, and shortly after I got the Pokeball, the Pokeball Plus, I noticed that they like drastically reduced the speed that you can go by it. I've noticed that I'm hitting more Pokestops now at like 30 miles an hour, whereas before I had to slow down to like 20. So I can drive through town, dropping the kids off, and hit all the Pokestops on my way. So
that's definitely a thing. And yeah, no, just in general, the spin distance is still good, which is good.
That's good. Okay, so they didn't reduce like all of that. I didn't see that on the notes, and that was one of the things I was a little bit worried about. So I'm glad to see that that wasn't something that they changed. So that's good.
Yeah, no, that makes it a lot more accessible. The egg thing is kind of a bummer. Hatching eggs is suddenly a lot less interesting.
It's harder too. It's just so hard. Yeah.
And
then you get a 7K egg, and then it's like a freaking Meowth or something.
Which is funny because I've been hatching eggs all along and I don't go anywhere. Like I just walk around my house and I will hatch about an egg a day.
Well, that's it. But I mean, I used to hatch like 10 eggs a day, because they had like halved the distance, and now it's back up, and and it's just I mean it's typical Niantic stuff, but it feels like they're just trying to squeeze money out of you for like the fancy.
But I feel like they got more money from me when they did this stuff. Honestly, I don't feel compelled to give money right now. I don't.
Yeah, well, that's how I am too. It's like normally when I run out of Pokeballs, I'll be like, okay, I'll pop $5 and buy another handful of Pokeballs.
Right
now, it's like I can just sit at a Pokestop for half an hour and spin the stop and get what I need. Why would I waste any money on this thing? So yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat as you. I still love the game, but it feels
disappointing. I'm not mad at you, Niantic. I'm disappointed.
And we're living through, maybe this is getting way too metaphysical or whatever, but we're living through such a period of time where everything feels so corporate, and like the distance between like people with money and people without money has never felt so transparent, that I think I'm more sensitive to this stuff than I would have been, back in like 2010. Like it's like sure. I could spend $5 on Pokeballs, or I could store it for healthcare in case something goes horribly wrong. It's just I don't know. It's a bad time to be getting corporate, in my opinion. And that just seems to be Niantic's MO. But again, it's got Pokemon in it, so it's still fun,
Sure, it's got that nice Pokemon wrapper around it.
Yeah.
So all right, well, I guess then that's all the games that Lucas has been playing. Justin, I assume you've been playing some games in this last couple of weeks, so why don't you talk about those?
All right, I have mostly been playing. The hell have I mostly been playing? Oh, you know what I started playing last night that I haven't played in months? Animal Crossing.
Oh boy.
I don't know
Oh,
why.
because of the Halloween update, maybe.
Sort of, but also because I'm like, I haven't played this game in a long time, and I was completely obsessed with it for a while. So I thought maybe, I can get into it again, and I have been. So that was kind of nice. Every once in a while, when I have a chance to play on my TV, I'll play some more Paper Mario. I've rescued the first star, or sorry, was it? What are they called in that? Superstars or?
In Paper Mario, I can't remember. Is there's super? I can't remember.
I don't
Star
remember. Anyway,
Spirits?
I'm on chapter 2 now. When you go through the mountains and the desert and all that. So, I still love this game. I would love a remaster of it, but
Yeah.
I'll play through this on the Wii U, and then you can remaster Thousand Year Door for me. I only have some interest in Origami King. Maybe if it becomes a $20 or $30 title, I'll pick it up. But I'm one of those people. I like the classics. The first 3 Paper Mario games are pretty much the only ones I get really excited about. I'm trying to think what the hell I've been playing on the Switch all these nights, because I'll just lay in bed,
I mean, there's Mario, the Mario what?
Yeah, Mario, that's the one I've most been playing on, mostly Mario 64, although I did play a little bit of Sunshine last week, and I started Galaxy, but I'm really more excited about the ones that I haven't played as recently.
I'm actually really enjoying the Mario collection as a slow burn, because I'll pick it up, I'll get like 4 or 5 stars here or there. I'm only on 64, by the way. I'm gonna go in order, I think, so I haven't felt compelled to pick up the other 2 yet. But yeah, it's Mario, like it's still good. Like they didn't really do anything extra on this one, right? Like it's still the same weird control scheme when you're trying to like push the C button all the way over, but you can only get your camera like 3/4 of the way, and then it's still got all the weird kinks, but it's still fun.
I do wish that they would put in the option to, invert the camera controls, because I don't like the way it's set up by default. So I wish that they would put, patch that in.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, it's like a minor inconvenience. I think the big thing, especially with the left-right reversed, is like when in Sunshine, when Mario's climbing on the cages. On the GameCube, I found that it was easiest to just keep pressing forward and then turn Mario by turning the camera. And I feel like once I get into the areas where you're doing a lot of that, it'll be counterintuitive. But I'm not there yet, so right now it's still fun.
Sure.
Played some Super Mario Brothers 35. Actually, I played that last week after the podcast, because it had launched in Japan and I have a Japanese account. So I downloaded that as soon as I saw people were playing it, and played quite a bit of it. The highest I've gotten is either 2nd or 3rd place. I don't play it every single night though, so but it has gotten some mileage out of my 8-bit dough Super NES 30 controller, because
it's like the perfect complement.
Yeah, exactly. It's the perfect controller for it. But yeah, and I've been playing a little bit of Pokemon Go, as I mentioned. I charged up my Pokeball Plus yesterday, so I can hit those Pokestops on my way to and from dropping off the kids at school. I try to remember to open and send my gifts every day, but it really ends up being like every 3 or 4 days, so I'm sorry, y'all.
Sure.
But yeah, nothing else too exciting. Played a little N64 the other night. couple of games that I've said to myself, why do I even have this game?
Sure.
World
I've got old games like that too. It's like, man, this thing is still in the shrink wrap and I've never played it. Why do I still have this thing? But in any case...
well, for me it was World Driver Championship, which was like the N64's answer to Gran Turismo.
Oh boy. How was that answer?
Well, I don't really like Gran Turismo in the first place. So I don't know what made me... I think it was, I just remember playing it, when I was in high school and being like, oh man, this game looks awesome. But forgetting that it plays like crap. So give me a good Burnout or San Francisco Rush or something like that. Like, give me the arcade racers.
I like Cruising USA personally. That's my jam.
I got that one.
So
I'll pop that in tonight.
So, cool. Well, then I guess that means it's time to talk about the games I've been playing, which hasn't been much. Still haven't downloaded Mario 35. We'll have that on my list, though. Definitely want to do that. I want to play a lot of games, just haven't had the time to. One game that I played for about 15 minutes, and I'm sad Steve isn't here to talk about it with me, is I played Hyrule Warriors for a little bit over the weekend. Yeah,
I did that a couple weeks ago, actually.
I don't know
what
why.
Have you been doing? Like the main story, or have you been diving into adventure mode?
I literally just 15 minutes. I dove into adventure mode just to play around in the game, kind of just almost to play around in a sandbox, basically. Just to But it was fun. I mean, it's not my favorite game, but I'm glad that I have it. I'm glad it exists. Yeah. So I played that for a minute. That was fun. Still is. The one game that is just continuing to eat up my time, I guess. This is my at work, on the side game is Among Us. It's just fun. It does take a little bit of more concentration because you have to, there's a debate section or whatever, a discussion section afterwards, as it were. They have to do through text. But I find that I use that to my advantage oftentimes when I'm just I just leave my phone on the counter for 5 minutes and then they're like, okay, this guy hasn't moved. He's not the actual bad person. But then I come back to my phone and sure enough, I'm the imposter. So I murder everybody and it's great. But I love that game.
I'd love to play this with you sometime. You can connect, right? It's not just random. So.
Oh yeah, no. You can create a room and there's a password. I think we can even play with as little as 4 people.
So we could do an Infendo. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be fun. We got to try to get Steve on board.
I am down, and it's a free game. It's not like there's any barrier to entry. So.
Can I talk about a game that I'm trying to play that hopefully I'll play this weekend for a second? I don't have anything to say about it really, but
sure,
I try it. One of my friends messaged us yesterday actually, and watched Markiplier play this game called Phasmophobia, which is
Phasmophobia. I've heard of that.
So it's this co-op paranormal investigator thing that
is
uses
it a board game?
No, it's an actual game. Okay. And it uses your microphones, an in-game microphone. So the farther you are away, the more the audio cuts out and stuff. You can get
I'm looking it up right now, by the way,
with the ghosts and stuff. It sounds really cool. So I'm trying to get. I have my core friend group of Cody and Corey, and I'm trying to get them both on board to play this with me. And Corey was the one that introduced
sounds cool.
He's on board. Yeah, I really want to play it. So with any luck, wish me luck. That will be this weekend, and I will have something cool to talk about next week on the show. So,
nice.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Well, all right. Well, we almost made ourselves to the end of the show, but this week we actually do have one question block question, so we're going to skip the break and we're going to just dive right into that.
Let's do it.
So one of our longtime listeners and current executive producer, DJ, asks, if you could be any NPC from any game, who would you be and why?
Oh, that's tough. God, why do they always ask hard questions, and why do we never think about it before the show starts so we have to look like idiots on the spot?
I have thought about this a little bit before you guys because I saw it drop in the Discord when he wrote it. So I have two answers to this one. Number one, I would want to be the NPC in Resident Evil 4 because that guy's just fun. And you would just get to, have a cool accent. But I guess my other answer to this would be I would want to be an NPC in basically any Pokemon game. Because why? Because then I can have Pokemon. Like, come on.
But what if you were like the bug catcher who's like, I like shorts?
Hey, you know what? I'll take it. I'll be Pokefan. I'll be a bug catcher. I will be whatever you want me to be because then I can have a Pokemon, even if it's a Bidoof. But I have a Bidoof.
So I'm gonna go with my favorite NPC actually from a game, the one that I loved as a kid and wanted to be as a kid, which was, do you remember Keife from Majora's Mask, the blue-haired kid?
Oh yeah, the one where his
wedding,
quest is epic and it's the
quest,
best. Yeah,
he's a really cool character. Basically spies on the guy who stole his wedding mask for like 3 days, finds his hideout, gets back the mask, reunites with his soon-to-be wife like the night before the moon's about to fall. Then Link saves the world and he gets married, and it's a super romantic story. Like, it's perfect.
Wait, how did he turn into a kid? I forget about
the Skull Kid cursed him.
Skull Kid,
into a kid.
Yeah.
He was, I believe, God, like, this is how much I've played Majora's Mask. He was on his way to get the Great Fairy's blessing in town, and the Skull Kid stopped him and turned him into a child.
I think you're right.
And then because he was a child, Sakon, the guy who, the thief in town who prances with the little bag, he saw him as an easy mark. He stole his wedding mask, and he was on a quest to hunt it back. But he's got a cool backstory. He's got, like, his dad is the mayor and his mom is the mayor's wife. His friend is the curiosity shop owner, so he lets him set up shop, like, above and like, spy and stuff. It's like everybody knows everybody in that town. So it'd be a really cool,
honestly,
world to live in.
That game, I felt, was like the Legend of Kafu, or whatever his name is. Like, it was really... Because that's how involved that quest was. Like, it was everywhere, and it was so cool. It was had a good payoff. It really did.
And imagine becoming like friends with this hero of time dude who's like traveling through time and knows everything about you and like helps you with your quest and everything. Like, how cool is that? Like, shoot, I got kidnapped. Oh wait, the world reset. Shoot, I didn't make it. Oh wait, the world reset.
Yeah, no doubt. No, that's not a bad choice. Justin, top that. What is the NPC character in whom? Which game would you want to be an NPC character in, and why?
I don't know. I've been beating my head against this one the whole time.
You could be Toad in Mario and tell him that the princess is in another castle.
I've got it. Sure. You want to be in Bible stories, and the NPC you want to be is God.
Pretty sure God wasn't actually in Bible mentioned. But,
I mean, he was like everywhere because he's God, so.
He's everywhere. Yeah,
still
I don't
nothing.
know. I still got nothing. I'll try to think of something before the show's over.
Oh,
well, you got over. you got minutes, buddy.
Right. Well, I'm working on it.
In any case, thank you, Andy. I mean, I guess DJ, but you're, you're Andy.
Same thing, same person.
Thank you for your question. We appreciate you. If you want to be like DJ and be a cool kid and get your question read on the show, you can too. No money involved. Just join our Discord on infendo.com. We did not do our intros properly at the beginning of the show, so we're going to do our plugs here now. Lucas, tell the people where they can find you at when you're not on the show.
Well, my computer broke a couple of weeks ago, and even though I currently have it back, I have a new hard drive sitting downstairs waiting to be popped into it at the soonest convenience, probably tomorrow night. So I haven't been doing a lot of things because I really haven't had the computing power to do those things. I have a YouTube channel that I would love for you to check out, which is youtube.com/c/LucasPeace, LUKASPEACE, all one word. I do videos on there, fun videos, where I dress up in Blueface and talk about Sonic fan games and stuff. So go watch that. I have a Twitter where I've basically been ranting about serious business that you probably don't want to get involved in, but maybe you have thoughts about serious business, and then you can go to @ChromaticHue. Speaking of Chromatic Hue, I have a website that I need to renew, so that is currently a 404 error, but when I pay for that, you can visit that, and that's ChromaticHue.com, which is where I post updates about the game that I'm working on. And last but not least, I co-host another podcast with Steve that hasn't had an episode in about a month because the episode we were doing, we recorded, and then my computer broke. So now that I have the audio for that, I should be able to get it uploaded. But yeah, that's called Hypervoice. You can find us at Spreaker.com/Hypervoice. I think maybe Hypervoice Podcast. I don't know. Ask Steve next week when he's on the show.
Slippy.
But that's a thing. I haven't done much. I am currently in the works of trying to record a new Crash Bandicoot 3 video to go up on my channel this week. We'll see how that goes, but yeah, like, pay attention to me. I'm doing a lot of stuff, just not lately.
Justin, where can the people pay attention to you?
Oh, well, that sounds... Yeah, Yeah. There's a lot of information. You can follow me on Twitter at InfendoJustin. You can follow me when I tweet about Disney and Disney World at Utilidork. Go to utilidork.com and read my blog. And I know I said I was going to have a big announcement for the beginning of this month. Ran into a couple of speed bumps. Hopefully going to have that big thing launched later this month, but I've got some collaborators and I've got some things all set up. I just got to make sure everything's ready to go before I reveal my big thing. So keep an eye out. Shut up. Shut up.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna go
Steve,
there.
I know you're listening. Shut up.
I want you to do one thing if you are listening to us today. Don't even follow me on Twitter. Don't even go to Infendo.com.
It's not worth it.
Don't even go to Utilidork. Don't even go to Chromatic Hue. Go vote, because it is time. Early voting has started in most areas. I know it has started in New Mexico.
Voted this Monday.
Excellent. Go out and do that. It is so super important that everybody goes out and does that here this November. If even better if you can get it done early, beat the crowds, like make your voice heard.
Even better if you can do it safely, wear a mask, stay 6 feet apart, don't get beaten up by white supremacists, all good things to avoid when you're at the polls. So yeah.
Yeah, 100%. So, like, if you're not going to go to Infendo.com or do anything like that, like, that's the one thing I want you to do. So, please, go do that. Be safe. We love you guys. It's been a week. We are going to be back again next week with another episode, and see you guys next time.
See you real soon.
Bye-bye!
Oh man, the contact.
I like when I import that audio and it's that thing doing that thing and it's just like a big block of like... Well, Twitch, it's been real. Man, you gotta... Oh, Schnazzy. So, thanks for joining us. I don't know if you... I don't know when you commented, but clearly I missed it. But thanks for joining us anyways. We love you, and we are glad that you are here. Catch you guys next time.
Thanks for listening to the produced show, too. We don't say that enough.